Hello. So today we're going to be tackling the issues and action items section of the growth strategy planner. So the issues section, you might think it's self-explanatory, but the strength of how you handle your issues is really based on the strength of your process around issue solving. So ours comes from Traction, EOS, the Entrepreneurial Operating System, very popular. You may have heard of them. And the key element of it and making your problem solving successful, and I will say this again and again and again, the success of your strategy and the success of your business or your organization depend on the strength of your problem solving abilities. I mean that 100%. Not having issues is a fantasy. Every organization, every project, every system has challenges or issues of some kind, and we don't want to be doing make work projects, but we want to be good at identifying where those blockages are and having a strong habit in place for solving them. And the growth strategy provides a perfect opportunity. So let's get into it. The first element of it is separating the identifying of the issues with the solving of the issues. So if you've tuned into my other videos, you know that over here in the dashboard section, I really recommend just as issues come up, if something isn't working, if something is getting delayed, if someone isn't, living up to their deadlines, if, a strategy you tried or a tactic you tried isn't really working, jot it down. Jot it down as you go and just quickly, add it to the issues list. Like just put it down, put it down, put it down, just brain dump it out, but don't worry about solving it, because when you worry about solving an issue, you kind of freeze up and it can be really scary to actually put it down because you're already in your head trying to fix it. Maybe you're not in the right headspace now, you're getting distracted from what you're doing. So it's really important to separate the two. And then during your cyclical meetings, right? Because this isn't a one-off process, this is an ongoing process. So we do this in all of our different types of meetings. We do this in our team meetings, we do this in our marketing, sales, leadership. We use this process in all of them, is we set aside time at the end, at least half an hour, possibly an hour if you're finding that you're always running out of time to tackle the big stuff. And that's where you look at the issues and you look at them as a whole, and you know that it's never going to be more than a week or two, depending what your rhythm is before you're tackling these. So you can put them down, get them out of your brain, and then when you're in a headspace with the team to actually sit down and solve them, that's when you can actually get into it. And the key way of approaching it is not to just, pick the first thing on the list and make your way from beginning to end. Please, please don't do that. Instead, look at everything that's there, go through, bold the important ones, the urgent ones, the things that are important, and then pick the top three, put them in order of urgency or importance, and start there. And let me tell you, sometimes you don't get through more than one issue in that session, but the important thing is that it is the most important issue. And so you're always getting stuff done, and you're always getting the most important stuff done first. And by doing that, you also hold yourself accountable to talking about the hard things. And yeah, if there's something you kind of don't want to talk about, it should probably be on the issues list, and it should probably be near the top. I'm sorry to say, I know hard truths, because the better you are at bringing them up and using, the hive mind, using the team, using the synergy of the people involved to solve it quickly, the less it'll drag around your neck, and the more you will be able to achieve the continuous improvement, the continuous growth, the trackable, measurable growth and results that this growth strategy planner, that this growth strategy process is all about. So action items, as much as possible, I encourage you, if the issues do have to do with a particular part of the dashboard, go back and add it in the notes as a next action, if it's somebody who is involved in the growth strategy process all the time, and, just to keep it organized and simple. But sometimes, you have actions that come out of it that need to get done that maybe involve people who aren't looking at this document all the time, or people, maybe they're not part of the dashboard, they're not part of the current priorities and the goals and the metrics that you need to do right now, or that you're working on for this particular quarter, and you do need to get it done right now. You just have a separate section for that. It's kind of a catch-all, some projects you might never use it, some projects you might use it a lot. And then just after the call, unless you have some sort of other project management system. If you have a project management system and people are paying attention to it, then do put it into that system, or have an admin person put it into that system. But if you don't, email this out. Literally copy paste it after the call into an email and send it out to the appropriate people, and maybe send yourself a reminder or set up a reminder to nudge them like 2 days before it's due. It will work wonders for you. I promise. It will make those problems that you're going to try to avoid and sweep under the rug, you will be amazed at your magical power to move forward through them, and things you never thought you'd solve, that you were afraid to put on the issues list, will get addressed relatively simply. Not every time, but sometimes, and that is better than never. I promise. All right, we'll be tackling the content wish list as our last video. In the meantime, hope this helps. Have a great day.